We're about to lose one. Get the intruder.
Copy. We're almost there.
Security breach.
Attacking the area.
Security breach.
Shit, I've got movement. Where? Everywhere. Contact!
Yo, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back. Wyatt Hurts here with a little bit more Spies vs. Mercs multiplayer content. Getting it up here on the channel. And one more time, it's a Virus Vault SvM Blacklist. We're going to see that. You know, I've really settled in on that game mode, the SvM Blacklist. Probably my favorite mode at this point in time. And it's probably the most populated game mode on Uplay, you know. So it's always good to come over here, find some footage when I'm looking for footage, right? Now, it is a double shot of the Virus Vault. I don't think I'm going to get anything out in between, but this one was a much better match. You can see we're starting off as the Spies, and that usually means a bit of a longer match and some higher numbers. You know, a little more action to play out. One more time, if you watched the last video, I did mention that I like to kind of try and pierce the heart of this facility, go straight for the Virus Vault and that B terminal that's located in there. And often I take my time getting there, and usually just one of my teammates is going to pick up a hack elsewhere in the process, and it forces me to kind of adopt a defensive posture here, you know. And you can see it's paying off. You know, I got my sonar goggles rocking out, and I find this droner, a Roosh, working the drone, looking to spoil my boys hack in here. I think it's a Johnny Video Game. That's who it is. Johnny Video Game in here, looking to spoil his hack and put him down. But I stopped that drone run short. Now coming around, I think I'm stalking this guy. I was sitting around the corner waiting for him to come back in, and I'm getting stalked myself and getting tracked by the gun nut. The gun nut coming around there, disrupting my fun with his disruptor suit, ending shutting down both my ghillie suit and my sonar goggles. And you're lucky, gun nut. You're lucky, Doug, because I was making a run for the rafters once I saw you. It was just a bit of a misfire there, and and I ended up pinning myself in the corner on that shelf. So if I made it to the rafters, I think it would have been a little bit different. I would have had that death from above on you, but well done anyway. You stopped. Well, you put me down, and then between you and the rest of the crew there, you all swarmed Johnny Video Game. You saw that from kind of the afterlife, him getting swarmed in there. He did get the one guy, but then two more stepped in and put him down as he dropped the smoke grenade. Anyway, coming back to life, I make a beeline for the B terminal. I'm in here. You did see Marin posted up. I kind of stole the hack from him, but that's fine. I'm pretty comfortable running this room, and you know what? Well, you saw it. You saw it last episode. I had a really solid performance in here. I pulled in the hack that won the game last episode. So here we go. I'm kind of working this same corner again. I highly recommend this area. Nicely shadowed, and when the mercs are spawning, often they'll be spawning in the laboratory. They'll be spawning, you know, in that hallway between B and C. And when that's the case, you're kind of the furthest point away from them that you can possibly be. You have a little bit of cover. You have solid cover, and you have visible cover, or visual cover as well. And you can see that's probably a Roosh taking a knee in the distance, bringing out the drone, and I immediately drop down, you know, just in case it comes my way. I'm ready with the EMP grenades. But right there, gun nut making a second pass, making a second round around the room, and his disruptor suit had obviously worn off, and it allows me to kind of track him, keep an eye on him, and get that death from above, you know. And it's just really this room, it's a matter of staying mobile as the spy, and just cutting off those lines of sight. And that's what these sonar goggles are great for, you know. And that's why I love this loadout, you know, between the being able to go invisible, you know, activate that ghillie suit when need be, and have that visual clarity that those sonar goggles provide, that range that they provide as well. I love this loadout, you know. Anyway, bloody well, gun nut goes wandering on by without taking notice of me, but Johnny Video Game was luring the second merc in my way, and that was bad. That was awful. At 96%, I get shut down. It was kind of a ballsy run, you know. I don't know what I was thinking, but once I went around the corner, I kind of committed to it, you know. Doug, I wasn't expecting you to be that, you know, to have yourself pinned in the corner like that, you know. I wasn't expecting to have to close that far a gap, you know, to get to you and try and get your neck. And you know, the one reason that I committed to it there was because I knew that you spent a lot of ammo. I knew that he spent a lot of ammo trying to put down my teammate, and that was the case. He got stuck in a reload, and he just beat me to the punch. You know, had I been a little quicker with the blade, I may have gotten the upper hand there. But he did beat me to the punch. Literally, he punched me in the face and killed me. and killed me, sent me to the next life. Anyway, coming back to life, you see I initiate this hack here on A, and here comes Mr. Disruptor, the gun nut again. Get out of here, sir. Get out of here. Quit spoiling my fun. And here we go. The cloak suit, the ghillie suit gets activated. I come sliding off the helipad. I lure a roosh. This is a roosh right here. Lure him in for a great ledge grab there. You know, grab by the belt buckle and send him packing to the afterlife. Anyway, now right here, I don't post up here too often, but it's a pretty solid location, and I highly recommend, when you're playing as the spy, always look for new locations. Don't get complacent in how you tackle those areas. You may find something that's pure gold. Now, this is a pretty solid location. It's not something you want to stay posted up for the duration of the game. Once you start taking a few lives from here, you need to move, and that's how it should be. Strike. Once you kind of give your position away, then move, find something else. And always have multiple locations that you like to set up on. Now, I did let him just kind of pass me by. I was waiting for the last of them to come into my area, and I get a beautiful death. It really did pay off. My patience there. Got a beautiful death from above on Nico there. And this guy, I don't know who it is right now, but he heard me. He heard me mounting this ledge, and he was a little hesitant, but against his better judgment, John Joe there pushes forward anyway and does fall. Now, there's a roosh. You can tell it's a roosh because he's bringing it the drone. I immediately dropped that EMP grenade, and where my drone dismantling this ended, Marin sneaking in there, he finishes the job. His slicing and dicing picked up, and put down a roosh, which was just beautiful. At this point, we have a great perimeter down. There's hardly any time left. I wasn't going to make the same mistake again and just go rushing out there with 95% left. And there we go, bringing in our first hack, and I even managed to sneak away unseen. And the messages are coming in from old Gunnut here. Now, did I mention? I don't know if I did, but Gunnut is a channel supporter. He comes over, watches some of my videos, so it's good to have him in a video. What's up, Doug? Good to see you, bro. And he's chatting it up with me. I'm not sure what he said. I can't really remember at this point. But I didn't want to go in there and check it because I didn't want to. I was thinking that this video had potential of being up on the channel and the potential of being a great one. And I didn't want to spoil that. Anyway, you can see, I'm really Marin this time. He picks up the hack in the B terminal, in the B room, in the virus vault, looking to bring in some success where I had failure. And I really, I worked that room down there, putting down both, I think, a roosh and Gunnut. Sorry, guy. And putting them both down to keep Marin's run alive here, But that's going to be stopped short here as I get kind of torn between a couple of guys. I do see the Mercs pilot in the back room, but somebody with the intel suit spotted another Merc down there, and unfortunately, I let my guard down. I let Marin down, and he fell. But just shortly afterwards, I did avenge him. I put down the gun nut, only to fall to Arush's drone, and those two seem to be bosom buddies. Where there's one, there is the other, But there was I don't know, just a bit of a clusterfuck there, I guess. And we're stopped short again in the virus vault on the B terminal, but at least we're sitting with one hack. Marin, perhaps a rage quit, perhaps simply a disconnect. Not really sure what happened there, but he's gone. He's left the match. He hightailed it out of the virus vault. He had enough. Perhaps he got infected with some life-threatening virus while he was trying to initiate that hack back there and had to go seek medical attention. I don't really know. Now, whoever's at the end of the hallway here, doing a great job. Fantastic job tracking me. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's Gunnut, and I'm not sure if he actually has the motion tracking backing up his disruptor suit. You'd almost think it, because he's really tracking me beautifully here. I don't know if he's just following sound. Maybe you can clarify that, man, in a comment. Not really sure. But this was your mistake. Had you just hustled for that doorway, you may have survived, but you slowed down just enough to allow me the opportunity to get that beautiful little death from above and drop in on your noodle. And to put you down and send you to the next life, and to make one more run for the heart of this facility, and taking out a couple of mines. I would imagine they were the Gunnuts mines. Not sure though, can't confirm it. But put them down with a nice little EMP grenade and get this hack going again. I really want to bring in this hack. It was available to me. I had the opening once I put down the Gunnut, and I took it. So here he comes again. You can see that Mr. Disruptor, the gun nut, coming across the upper balcony. You can always tell the disruptors in that silhouette, because they have that little, the antenna on their back, right? Anyway, he goes over on his he goes on his way, goes about his business, and I love just kind of circling around this thing. He's gonna watch this video and he'll never let a spy pull this on him again, because I did that a few times this game, But anyway, now I'm just posted up here one more time, and you can see, I mean, it's a really solid location. And then from here you just have to kind of you have to improvise a little bit once things get a little bit heated. But if the team has a good perimeter and is at least slowing the mercs down so you don't get overwhelmed here and get pinched off from multiple locations, you can have some great success. Now you can see somebody's posted up there in the distance. It is a roosh. I'm kind of foolishly just popping a few pistol rounds his way, and it forces me to reposition. It's time to get out of that location. And here he's charging in, looking to see where the fire's coming from. Unfortunately, Mr. Disruptor coming in on the upper balcony. I managed to drop down. I think I got John Joe down there, but it's not long before Mr. Disruptor, the gun nut, old Doug there, was wise to my location and dropped a couple grenades my way to put me down. So one more time, 80% that time. I've taken that to 96%. I've taken it to 80. Marin took it to something like 38%. We've really been trying to bring in this B terminal, and it's just not happening. It's just not happening. With 3 seconds left, look at this. Johnny Video Game bringing in the initialization on this hack. Starting to hack it with 2 seconds left in the game, and we're going to make one last final ditch attempt at this C terminal. And we're straight into overtime. If he falls here, we're really under pressure to try and get this hack going again. You can see the mercs there. They're coming in here strong. There's a trio of them down there, and I'm forced. I have to make a move. I can't just sit there and wait for an opportune moment to strike. I have to do something. Anyway, I get in there. I take out the one disruptor they have. Mr. Disruptor, the gun nut. I put him down. I had to make a decision. Do I go for the neck? Do I go for the terminal? I decided I was going to go for the terminal. I was forced to. I didn't like where I was positioned, so I canceled the hack, restarted the initialization, and I get hightailed out of the area and get a beautiful double here, a beautiful death from above, and just kind of caught them napping down there. And it gives me a bit of a breather, with that, taking out 3 guys, getting that hack going. And I would imagine 1 or 2 of my teammates were in the afterlife watching me pull that off. And when you see something like that go down in overtime, well, it's like a big morale boost. And they put up a great effort here, put up a great wall, a great line of defense. They're really trying to protect me and make sure that we can bring this hack in. And you can see the drone coming in. I mean, Alexander, they're basically taking it for the team, taking that drone explosion for the team so that this hack can continue. I don't think the drone was going to get in here on me. I have 3 EMP grenades. I'm pretty well protected. I was aware of its presence, but I'm in a great location here. They seem to be filled. Well, there you go. There's a line of them down there, entering pretty cautiously. A couple of guys really needed to break loose, cut across the room, even if it was a risk of, even if they risked getting a death or suffering a death from above, as well as just played out there on Nico by Johnny Video Game. A couple guys needed to try and close the gap a little bit quicker and send us scrambling. But, and there it is, we're broke the 90%. Johnny Video Game getting another death from above, and pulling in the double before falling there, I think, on Gun Nut's grenade. Gun Nut stopping him short, but it was enough of a distraction, a great defensive line, and we managed to pull in that C-hack almost entirely in the overtime, So that was beautiful. That was a big scramble at the end. I loved that. I loved it. I just loved how that played out. It made the video, As soon as I saw that, it didn't matter what happened on this side. We could have lost this round. I still would have put this video up on the channel. Anyway, let me get a sip of my tea here as we're between rounds, halftime show. There we go, and you can see this kit hasn't changed much since the last time we saw it. I think the last time we saw this merc loadout was on the silo. A few rounds ago, a few episodes ago. It's the AK. I come charging for C. It wasn't a big charge. I just came over here to see if there was anybody going to charge. Well, if there were any spies entering the area, and there was. A little bit sloppy there by Nico, a sloppy run. Wasn't really watching his flank, and I caught him kind of napping there, Now right there, that's not a great mine. I can't recommend it, and right now I'm even thinking to myself, that's not a great mine. I need something to back this up. What often happens here is guys can run through there, they'll trigger the mine, and then they'll step back, and I'm pretty sure that, like, the pillar and the wall will actually shield them from the explosion, And so I doubled it up, I figure if anybody's going to run through there, maybe I'll get them with the 2 mines, if I get lucky. But at the very least, it's an early warning system, and that's actually how it ends up getting used this round. Anyway, going back to the kit, the last time you saw this was on the silo. This is my AK-47, my disruptor kit, right there, beautiful, queuing up that the disruptor. I'm queuing up the disruptor suit and my motion tracking vision. You see that coming into play as I saw the spy running in, and it probably saved my my teammate's life in the process. Anyway, it's like I said, the AK-47. What do we have on here? I got the armored noodle, you know, the armored head, always good. I've got faster reload gloves, and I'm wearing my running shoes and my spandex pants. Yes, for faster movement on my lower half. So there we go. That's the basic, you know, that's the basic rundown of the kit. The only gadget I'm carrying are the proximity mines, and you've already seen them get dropped. So, anyway, so what are we gonna do here? I think we put up a pretty solid defense. This is, you know, despite I think our spy round was probably a little bit more exciting. This round here, as the Merc, certainly does have its moments, you know. And they've initially managed to get a hack going out here on the A terminal. You can see there's a bit of activity on radar. There's the gun nut. He goes skirting on by. I stole half his life from him, and I let him live. I did show mercy on you, dog. I showed you some mercy, sir. Anyway, and of course, there's Arush. As I said, these two bosom buddies. Where there's one, there is the other, apparently, and or just pure coincidence. But that's just the way it was playing there, you know. So anyway, I make a quick charge up here, and there's the nut coming in here, and looking for a little revenge. Not happy with the damage I did early on. Looking to get my back there, looking to get my neck. Perhaps just trying to avoid some of my teammates' fire. But he did make a run up there, and it cost him a nice little quick turn. I filled him full of lead, and then just kind of a nice long shot here on Nico, who I just caught dangling on that freight container. You know. Just, I don't know what he was thinking. We've got, you know, 3 or 4 guns all pointing his way at this point, so not a great play. Anyway, I go moving back inside the facility. I figure, you know, you guys know how I like to play it. I hit up A, and you heard it. You heard the mine, you know. That's a little hit marker, and it's subtle. It's subtle, and I like that. They did a great job with that, you know, because it can be, as I said, and there he is. I'm picking up John Joe as he's going in for the hack, but I was aware. It was like a little early warning system. If you don't get the kill, so long as you're attentive and you pay attention to these things, the little noises, you can get the jump on the spies, or at least know that they're entering an area, you know, the sound of the hit marker, or, you know, you're even alerted when your mines get destroyed, you know, when your gadgets get destroyed. So, but it is subtle. They did a great job, as I said, you know. It's not so obvious that you're always going to hear it, that you're always going to catch it. You know, if you're in the middle of a firefight, if things are heated on screen, when those little sound markers queue up, you may not even notice it. You know, they are forgettable noises, but they can certainly be a benefit to you if you're paying attention to them. Anyway, I'm kind of holding them, really, you know, holding them off here at C. I'm gonna force them, basically, I think, to go around and go back for A. And I don't know, I just hightail it into there, do a nice little quick turn. I mean, that's a bit of a, I don't know, I wouldn't call it necessarily a rookie mistake, but it wasn't a great play there by John Joe. As soon as I went charging down the hallway, he should have known. He should have just tried to regroup, maybe headed for the rafters, you know. But it cost him, and that costs me right there. Arush, you know, and it wasn't even that I was, you know, it was almost I had to do a double take when I saw the little blip on radar from the motion tracking. You know, my teammate was actually the guy being hunted there by Arush, and it was just some bad luck. You know, I come face to face with the spy right at the doorway. What am I supposed to do? He got the jump on me. He slit my throat. He sent me to the next left, and he got the better of me. You know, and that's all there is to it. Now right here, you can see they've got this hack going on A. There's a little bit of activity on my motion tracking. I do catch Arush mounting that helipad, only pulling the assist. But you're gonna see, I mean, it was some beautiful timing. I stepped outside that door that time, and you're gonna see it 2 more times. I'm gonna step out that door at the perfect opportunity, 2 more times, to get a couple of great kills of guys charging that helipad. Now right there, a great death from above by the gun nut, getting a little revenge. But he dove right into the hornet's nest, as you can see. A Johnny video game making pretty quick work of the gun nut, working him down and stopping that hack one more time. Now, coming back to life, and I'm pretty sure this is one of those times where I'm going to step out this door, and you're gonna see this guy up on the right up here on the helipad, and you can see it. This is a highly recommend. You know, when you're using your disruptor suit, cue it up before you're going through a doorway like this. You know, or in most doorways. You know, you don't want to spy on the other side, being aware, you know, completely aware that you're coming through that doorway, and have his timing down perfectly for the neck grab. You know, for the slice and dice. But anyway, they managed to get the hack, despite us having, you know, a presence, a pretty strong presence out here. They managed to get this hack going again, and it's stopped one more time, this time by a grenade from old Alexander, putting down John Joe, and I figure I'm going to get a perimeter down here, and I'm going to protect the mine with my disruptor suit, so they can't EMP it or anything like that. And immediately I fall, and a big old clusterfuck right here, as bodies are hitting the floor like crazy, and who is it that comes out on top here? Arush coming out on top with the hack one more time, picks it up. It's at 23% and counting. And we still have the presence out there. Amazing that there are 2 guys up on that helipad, almost oblivious to the fact that Arush was underneath, grabbing that hack. And here I go, stepping out one more time. I put down John Joe as he's charging that helipad, and I was pretty pleased with those kills because you don't have a large window of opportunity to put them down before they disappear behind the cover of the helipad, and they take advantage of the angle, disadvantage. They take advantage of the poor angle that you have them at, All right, here, I'm hunting for him. There he is. Finally, I get a roosh. I did hear some motion over there. I knew he was in the area. I dropped that little mine. And now I'm going to post up right here. And I don't know if I mentioned this the last Virus Vault episode. I think perhaps I did. But this is certainly a location to look out for. First of all, when you're the spy and you're coming in for the terminal, as you can see right there. I mean, it's a beautiful location. You have great line of sight on the terminal. It's great for posting up here between hacks. Once you have stopped a hack, that was the spies had carried for, let's say 50%. That's a great little post up location because they'll be eager to get in there and pick that hack up one more time and won't really, maybe a little bit careless in scoping out the area, so they can leave themselves exposed when they charge in there, and you can get the jump on them. It's great concealment for the merc, great line of sight, and for you spies that are going in there on that terminal trying to pick a hack up again, certainly be aware that there's that line of sight is available, and you better watch out for it. Flash on whatever vision mode you have, just look up there just to make sure that you don't have a merc bearing down on you from the shadows, or from some cover. Now right here, oh my God, that was awful. I turn around, give Alexander there, my teammate, a big old forearm right across the face, as I did see that the blip on radar from my motion tracking. At least I avenged him. But he got it from both ends. He was getting it from my teammate, and he was getting it from an enemy as well, getting it in the back, and I just couldn't save him in time. Anyway, Rupert putting down the gun nut, stopping that hack short at 24%. They really have their work cut out for them at this point if they want to try and bring in the double and tie things up, They really only have time to bring in the complete double at this point, and they need to get a hack going, They need to bring in one and then try and do what we did, which was carry the second one through overtime, And their time is really not with them anymore. It's really working against them. So right here you can see, Arushi was doing a little slicing and dicing. I knew he was in the area. I'm in here looking for him. I thought perhaps he was lingering at this end of the room. No, he'd made it all the way over to that little storage room in that far corner. And I put him down, and now the hack has been picked up here on the B terminal. And I'm pretty sure this is where the round is going to end, over here somewhere. You can see we've only got about a minute left. And it's pretty well wrapped at this point, but we don't want them having the hack here. And I do get a major assist, a big assist there on the hacker. Rupert the Goat finishing him off, but Gunnut taking advantage, getting a great little 1-2 punch on me there with the stun crossbow, and then going to the blade, slicing and dicing, and he picks up the hack. Now watch this from the camera. We actually get to see him at play, him at work. Look at him. He picks up the hack and then starts working this balcony, putting down both Johnny Video Game and Alexander. That was all gun nut there, so that was great. Good work there, Doug. I'm glad I got that in the video. It all worked out nicely because that was pretty slick. And he's been out, whereas you saw me on the C terminal making that great last stand and bringing in the hack. He was making the effort right here and putting on a pretty good show in the process. Anyway, he gets stopped short. Eventually, he hits the wall at 53%, but it wasn't from lack of trying. Maybe you could see the corpse had fallen up there on the balcony. You probably should have moved once you put down a couple guys. You knew they were going to come back to life and go looking for you. So that might have been the smart decision, but well, you live and you learn, right? Anyway, I put up once things got shut down there on the B terminal, I just simply put up a perimeter, and we are the champions. Yes, big numbers there. You can see it coming in. I felt that like this Virus Vault was much more worthy of getting up here on the channel than the last one, but the last one certainly had some merit to it. Anyway, let's take a look at some names and numbers. There it is. 2 hacks, 1 defend, 34 and 8, and on top of that I had that 96% plus another 80% on that B terminal, so we really were active spies that round. Anyway, looking down at Johnny Video Game, 23 and 13 for him with 2 defends, pretty solid round. And Rupert the Goat, you gotta watch out for them goats, people. I've been saying that in Far Cry. you got to watch out for them. 17 and 8. He was the big defender there with 4 of them. Anyway, let's go down to the lower level here. Gun Nut, pretty reasonable performance. 18 and 24. Maybe if he'd had one more elite soldier in there with him, they could have put up a better fight against our assault there. But he was working with a bit of a weak team by comparison to our team up here. Anyway, 18 and 24, not too bad. 3 defends, and he certainly did make that last run there for that a good strong run for that B terminal in the end. John Joe 12 and 23. That's really all that's worth mentioning. You know, it looks like Crazy Cat Guy just joined. Somebody had obviously left the game, and or Arush. Arush is who left. He had Gunnut had Arush down there with him, and he was certainly a worthy opponent. You know. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by. Tuning in, checking out the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're enjoying the multiplayer content here from the SvM content, right? Maybe you'll leave me a like or comment and sub to the channel if you're new around here and you haven't already. And of course, spread the word. Let your friends know that Hertz is here releasing content. If you're a fan of this game or you have friends that enjoy this kind of thing, certainly do me a favor and spread the word. Anyway, guys, until next time. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next one. But until then, remember why it hurts. Later.